if two megalodon sharks, landing in the modern ocean at the same time. Together they can cut through the food chain, restore dominance of this sea. Philippine Trench Edge. The sea suddenly began to warp violently. Two space-time rifts opened silently. Two black shadows 3 or 4 meters long. The fissure smashed into the modern deep sea. Mouth full of teeth glowing cold in the dark water. The first second I fell into this sea, the body tells them they're in the wrong place. The salt here is saltier than their blood. The oxygen dissolved in water is not a ratio in memory either. Two killing machines trained for the ancient oceans, thrown into a set of each, in a body of water that nerves don't know. Violent opening and closing of branchial fissures. The eyeball becomes congested. Hunger is more deadly than acclimatization. The entire body of the megalodon is pressed. The richness of the ancient oceans. It was full of tiny, fat baleen whales. You can fill your stomach by swimming around. But now these two engines burn oil at the same rate. Stomach is empty. Stomach wall twitching like crazy. Stomach acid pushes up the esophagus. 4 eyes are red. The first meal was 2 lone bluefin tuna. The big one cuts in at a 45-degree angle below. Small block retreat. Within a second, 2 rows of serrated teeth can chew the body of the fish at the same time. But this 100 kilograms of meat goes down. It doesn't even hit the bottom of the stomach. The hungry dark fire has just been stirred up. Instead, it burned more fiercely. Advent Day 3. The real trouble is here. 5 passing killer whales appear on the outer edge of the trench, engraved on the dorsal fin of the leading female. A jagged tear scar in their eyes. There are 2 strange creatures in the sea for no reason. Or give in, or the prey. The killer whale group did not charge head on. 5 heads spread out at the same time, like 5 knives, instantly cut into all the invisible places of the 2 brothers. The lead female explodes vertically from directly below. 300 kilograms impact hard pour the flank of the smaller shark. The other caudal fin follows and sweeps towards the back of the head. The larger one made a. The whole group of killer whales paused for half a beat. It gave up its defense entirely. Bump sideways with your own body. The tail fin of the abstract partner. The price is that the pectoral fin was bitten by the 3rd killer whale. The joint gave a muffled, misplaced sound. The 2 brothers ran for their lives against the edge of the trough. It dived down a full 200 meters before it dared to stop. Killer whale sonar swept overhead for 40 minutes. Finally disappeared, hidden in the absolute darkness of the trough. The 2 giants are tightly attached to each other's flanks, not moving at all, breaking apart like the same planet. 2 pieces of debris falling. These 2 ancient predators. For the first time in my life, I understand. What is a dimensionality reduction strike? Their bite force can easily crush the entire spine of any killer whale. Can hit now. I haven't even touched the shadow of the other party. After healing, 2 brothers welded a rule into their instincts. Alone is dead. They are no longer fighting each other. Start division of labor and encirclement. Big frontal feints attract attention. Small ones cut out the back of the reef. Truncated escape route. Once the 2 prehistoric behemoths form a cooperation, the killing efficiency is far from comparable to each other. 13 years. Some ancient gene switch was triggered. 2 brothers enter a period of madness at the same time. Bone density increases weekly. The muscle fibers are completely broken up and reorganized. Epidermal scales are twice as thick as before in 3 days. The body length soars to 10 meters. Also this year, the whale population in the nearby waters was terminated prematurely, a migration route that lasted for thousands of years. The great white shark group actively gave up this area, their traditional hunting ground for generations. They sensed a smell in the water. More than any modern, predators are deadly things. It's written on the bottom layer of genes. Fear that is older than memory. In the 5th year, both brothers broke through 12 meters. Start ambushing adult manatees. They've learned a form of coordinated entrapment. One end is stirring the current violently in the shallow water. Drive away prey. The other lies on the edge of a deep water cliff. Wait for the rabbit. The migratory trajectory of seabirds begins, away from the sky above this sea. In the 7th year, the body length approaches 14 meters. All the teeth in the mouth have been replaced. Bone jagged like a chainsaw. 2 adult pilot whales swim past the hunting grounds. 2 huge black shadows erupted from the bottom of the sea at the same time. 4 rows of serrations close at the tail end of the pod. The dull hunting sound resounded throughout the deep sea. The 8th year of the fisherman's fishing logs started to run out of white space. The trawl came up empty. Fish volume plummets by 70%. Ultrasonic fish finders can only shows a huge blurry shadow. In the blink of an eye, it disappeared under a kilometer-deep water layer. It's too soon for you to judge. Is it a school of fish or something else? In the 10th year, both brothers broke through 16 meters. Weight over 60 tons. They don't need any tactics anymore. Pure physical crushing can paint through everything. Giant pectoral fins slowly churn the water. The undercurrent shockwaves set off can turn adults. The great white shark knocked over like a dead leaf. But the current ruler of this ocean is not ready to retreat. One evening in the 11th year, 2 brothers collided head-on on the ocean's main shipping lane, the largest killer whale formation in the entire sea. 18 adult male killer whales, with 11 years of anger, surrounded by the afterglow of the setting sun. The killer whale's routine is the same as it was 11 years ago. Disperse wandering sonar suppresses wheel consumption, but this time, the person standing opposite is no longer that. 2 cubs that can play at will. 2 60-ton prehistoric tanks. They're not sending out any AC sea signals, but at the same time react. One end is on guard. Don't move. The other side has quietly circled the flank. A killer whale grazes into the side by current inertia. Full of conical teeth, it went for the pectoral fin of the bigger one. The moment a tooth touches the epidermis, no puncture. The sharp teeth are instead. The cortex collapsed into debris, splashing in the water. That body was killed in countless fights. Repeatedly torn and healed skin. It has grown into a living armor. There's nothing fancy about a prehistoric tyrant fighting back. The smaller end popped up from the flanks, the shadow cast by the huge body of 16 meters instantly, and engulfed the entire world of that killer whale. The 3-meter wide bloody basin opened with a bang, mouth full of heavy serrated against killer whales. The entire spine stared down. No temptation. There was no deadlock. Deep sea explosion. A dull bone burst. 6-ton adult killer whale. I didn't even have time to scream. Under the crushing of serrated teeth, was sawed in two on the spot. Scarlet blood mist. The dark blue underwater exploded. The bloody death of a companion. Let the remaining group of killer whales completely into fight mode. 17 killer whales no longer consumed. No more circling. Throw away all tactics. They killed Megalodon, the location of each old scar. Tear desperately. Use your body to block all the passages that the two brothers flowed up. This is a bloody battle in the abyss without any reason. Two brothers back to back became one. A defensive formation without any dead ends. Hard to eat with 60 tons of absolute mass. Bites from all directions. Bite out pectoral fin, dorsal fin, caudal stalk. Countless wounds deep in the bone. Blood pours like a fountain from the rift, but every time the killer whale takes a bite, in exchange for a more tragic price, the massive neck muscles of the Megalodon instantly exploded, with a whole body of 60 tons. Shake your head wildly in the water. One killer whale after another was cut in the waist. Broken bones and internal organs exploded into pieces in deep water. The bloodbath lasted a full 40 minutes. 18 killer whales. 13 killed. The remaining 5 remnants dragged the broken soldiers. The unbearable body desperately escaped the battlefield. Tens of tons of boiling seawater. The blood turned a cloudy scarlet. Two brothers suspended in the middle of the blood mist. The whole body is covered with densely unfathomable and ferocious wounds. From now on, the entire Pacific Ocean, the predator picked up a signal. Great white sharks go there en masse. Cooler high-latitude seas, hundreds of nautical miles. The song of the killer whales all stopped at the same moment. Even the pelagic blue whales have quietly strayed from there, an ancient waterway that has traveled for tens of thousands of years. The brothers did not celebrate. They are hovering side by side, in the middle of the slowly dissipating blood mist. It's got a huge dorsal fin that moves slowly across the water, like two ancient engines that never stop, until the cry of the last killer whale. After completely dissipating in the seawater, the deep sea fell into a long silence. I don't know when. An extremely subtle, completely unfamiliar low-frequency signal came up from deeper in the trench. This frequency does not belong to killer whales. It's not a blue whale. Not in any known. In the vocal lineage of marine life, the two brothers turned around at the same time. Two huge heads slowly turned to the boundless darkness beneath your feet. Something woke up. Something older than Megalodon.